Hey guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So what we've got coming out is drama, total drama, action, fake apology, okay? Watching shit go down, enjoying the gossip, okay? So there's a group, whether that be family, friends, exes, okay? Families, partners, lovers, partners in crime, friends, you name it. They've been caught out, and we've got keeping you a secret, caught out, and we've got anger management. So somebody is absolutely fuming that they've been caught out. They've been loving some sort of like gossip, okay? Loving causing total drama, but they've started like a fire, a blaze, what they cannot contain because it's spreading like wildfire. A lot of people's lives have been affected because of this, okay? A lot of people's lives. A group wanted to destroy masculine or feminine, everything what they have been building. A large group of people, and now these envious, jealous little bitches want to run away. We got depression in reverse. They want to make out like they're depressed or something. So a lot of these people who's joined forces in like some sort of attacks, who's getting caught out, evidence has been found. They want to say that they're struggling with some sort of depression, all right? We've got narcissists, okay? Sociopaths, psychopaths. Very good at putting on some sort of masks. What are all slipping? We've got private relationship in reverse, and we've got doing DRUGS. So somebody in this connection has been in a private relationship, like a side piece, all right? They've been cheating on one of the missus or fellas. There's multiple people in this large group where they're not loyal or faithful to their missus or fella, all right? Or the twos there. They've always got multiple people on the go, all right? Multiple people who they've been hooking up with. There's something to do with DRUG in masculine or feminine, okay? Because they don't want to hear that they're under investigation and their criminal enterprise is falling to pieces. It's crumbling and it's crashing and it's coming down in this like fairness, this blaze, what they cannot stop, all right? They cannot stop. It's got way out of control. It's got way out of hand, okay? Multiple people involved. Multiple people. We've got courtship, not hiring, and despair. And then we've got great fortune in reverse. Adjudication in reverse. Expectation in reverse. So they was expecting to get away with this, okay? They took this money, which was officially somebody else's, all the threes are. They've took this money, which was officially somebody else's, and they've started major wars over money that was never even theirs in the first place. So there's multiple people splitting this money amongst themselves to build their own lives up, their own business, okay, or businesses. Multiple businesses have been bought from this stolen money, okay? So they've all been joining together, splitting a substantially large amount of money, amongst themselves, and they've got all these different side pieces here, there, and everywhere to pull some strings here, and a lot of them are supposed to be in committed relationships. But they've got multiple private relationships behind the scenes while they're trying to PRISON masculine or feminine to cover up that the corrupt lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney, corrupt coppers have helped them take hold of a substantially large amount of money. Now with this not hiring, they're all losing their jobs, all right? They're all losing their jobs. We've got marriage in reverse. There's somebody who's been through divorce before, okay? They've got multiple, like, love options, love interests, helping them behind the scene while they're all getting cheated on. they're just getting used for like the power position or where they are. 5, 5. They're getting used for like the power position, alright? So abuse of power, they've all been using each other for this so-called power position, alright? Because they've all took a piece of this money, which is a substantially large amount of money. Every single one of them is going to prison. Every single one involved, a community of people, they're going to prison, alright? 1 minute, there was like this, alright? And the next minute, they're rich, alright? So, somebody in this connection was courting or dating somebody previous to all this kicking and off about this money, alright? They was courting or dating somebody. Then they probably moved into another relationship where it's supposed to be a committed relationship. But I'm getting that they was hooking up or meeting on up behind the scenes. They wanted to start pulling strings in all areas, alright? Mentally unstable. Very mentally unstable. We've got 7 of Cups in reverse and 4 of Wands in reverse. So in this hometown, which is ruthless, a community are banded together to take several forms of great wealth and transfer that over to them, okay? Because they was in some sort of poverty, and the victim, who they took this substantial large amount of money from, several forms of this, okay, what they've been transferring into their account. They tried to sacrifice masculine or feminine, end masculine or feminine, okay, because they wanted some sort of success, and they've lied to get this sort of success and recognition. So we've got 2 of Swords in reverse. Seeing through this, 7 of Wands, outnumbered. They want masculine or feminine sole purpose, so they've been sneaky, they've been deceptive. They want this money, they want like this business, this line of work, they want these gifts, skills or talents, or some of them could have some sort of talents or skills or what have you. So they thought, right, I'm going to snatch this money and I'm going to build this empire up, yeah, and get some sort of recognition off the back of stolen money. But what they've done is they've left masculine or feminine with nothing, whilst they've took several forms of generational wealth, alright, and transferred that between themselves, a large group, community of people. So they probably thought masculine or feminine, easy target, masculine or feminine, they're on their own a lot. Easy target, sneak, stalking, spying, lying, backstabbing, okay, sneak attacking, sneaking around to try and end the one who they took this several different forms of wealth from. Oh wait, to split amongst themselves. Now somebody in this connection was courting or dating somebody in connected to law, lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney. But now this judge, lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney, has either been locked up or is about to get locked up. So like if they was getting legal protection to carry this illegal, severe illegal activity, what everybody invested in, alright, they've got a shit ton of bad karma, let me tell you that. They've been caught, like, or they're about to be caught. We've got main male in reverse. Sneaking around, okay. We've got 8 of Swords. Some sort of prison energy. Caught, prison, alright. Them and their lover, their partner or an ex is about to be locked up. They wanted to steal some sort of ideas. Them, their lover, their partner in crime, okay, someone who was courting or dating, helping them out, somebody who they were supposed to be in a committed private relationship. We've got Ace of Cups and the Justice card. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So what they've been doing is like love magic, moon magic, candle magic, under different moon cycles. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus. or a wolf in sheep's clothing, love magic, moon magic, alright? Some sort of magical like justice system, something like that, with pals, love magic, moon magic, wolf in sheep's clothing, wants to claim to be depressed, nothing but a jealous, envious, bitter little bitch, and always been the same as a small child. So always being a jealous, envious, bitter little bitch, very arrogant, very egotistical, unbelievable. They're not a fan, they're not wanting to have some sort of justice. Thinks he's some sort of muscles from Brussels or something. Not wanting to bring some sort of justice. Them and the pals, who they've all been loving on each other. Then, like this third party, loving on each other, okay, trying to block justice, okay, working on blocking justice, working on rage baiting the one who they've stolen several forms of wealth from. So because there's something not right with them, look at them. We stole several forms of wealth from them and they're getting angry. Alright, something wrong with them, isn't they? Need to get them on some sort of depression tablets, or they've got some sort of mental health and being proper narcissistic, very narcissistic, sneaky, and getting themselves locked the hell on up. Now for some in this reading, plagiarism, okay, some sort of message. Some sort of message or messages surrounding coming out of poverty, alright, and taking some sort of recognition, false victory, 9 of Wands in reverse, let your guard down, let me in, we love you, we care about you, all that fucking bollocks. We could have some corrupt law official who they've been smashing behind the scenes, or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay, who's joined forces. It's all going to hit the news. It's going to hit the news. It's all going to hit the news. Pals with corrupt law enforcement, alright. All their ex-lovers. Could be a Gemini involved, who's very, if they're in possession of something, money, secrets being revealed with the moon card in reverse. They're in possession. They could have persistent attacks, persistent rage baiting, online bullying, stalking, false reporting, all that, reactive abuse, getting this all caught on camera. They don't want to apologise. They've been paying people hush-hush money under the table to either join in or turn a blind eye. Alright. Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio, masculine or feminine, involved, alright, who it's all been premeditated. They're going to get found guilty. So we've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio who's going to get found guilty and locked up too. They was laughing, okay? They was laughing, all partying, celebrating, having a giggle and a laugh about that with pals and all that. Could have actually loved the thought of putting something in masculine or feminine's cup to, you know, to end masculine or feminine, alright? Because they really want to cover their backs and tracks. 7 of Wands in reverse, and not want masculine or feminine to stand up for themselves at all. 9 of Cups in reverse, an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Well, if there's God knows how many people, a large community of people, corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys, coppers, government organisation, all teaming up to steal money, what's not theirs, then obviously there's something not right there in their head. But you'll probably see something of all these people on social media enjoying, because businesses have been bought from the back of these several different forms of generational wealth that they split amongst themselves. So you'll see all these posts all over social media. Abuse of power, unjust advantage of individuals, organisations or government, and it's linking to money laundering. So they've got an out of people to cover the backs. So they've got a substantial large amount of money, got involved in an attempted ending of the one who they've stole several forms of substantially large amount of money laundering that, transferring it onto them because it is money laundering, then wanting to get lippy, then the side pieces, the bugaboos, create more explosive situations, rage bait. Alright, they sit back, gossiping, watching it all go down, gossiping, getting snacks, trying to catch it on camera. Alright, anyone else spots outside of their large community group gang, they'll pay some hush money. They've all been caught because now they're all an accessory and they're accomplice, assisting and aiding an ending plot because they're all jealous, they're all envious, okay? Contract in reverse and fake apology because they don't want to apologise for what they've done. They've got on multiple contract endings. Multiple contract endings, and every single time they've been caught out. So then they want to get onto these other law officials who's been catching them out and gathering evidence and give them hush money to turn a blind eye to multiple attempted endings and this substantial large amount of money getting money laundered. Alright, but we have got getting found guilty, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, guilty, all premeditated. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, guilty, all premeditated. There could actually be a Libra and pals getting found guilty, all premeditated. A lot of corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorney getting found guilty, and a community of people who are going to be losing their jobs, their power positions, okay? Badges, lanyards, the lot. Badges, lanyards for the level of corruption and severe criminal activity. And the persistent have been getting exposed by Archangel Michael surrounding this corruption, alright? There's a lot of like Jezebel energy. So there's a community of judges, lawyers, solicitors, attorneys also with moving this card. I'm readjusting this card to get other messages. There's a community of lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys who's been involved because they've been taking a large chunk of this money. And then the pals, the friends, the families, they've all been bank account going on up, and they've been like buying businesses, or they've been buying houses, they've been buying homes, and then all these like Jezebel type of energy, incubus, succubus, and spell work, doing chaos magic. 1818, chaos magic. Because they're very mean, very possessive, and they don't want to give this money back. Secrets being revealed. Okay, secrets being revealed. All this corruption, how mean, money, power, hungry, how narcissistic they are. They've done a lot of spell work to try and stop Archangel Michael exposing, and then because they're lacking, maybe in divine protection or what, got so much underhanded behaviour, lacking compassion, lacking empathy, lacking remorse. Several people in this connection has wanted to group up and just go, masking off, and they're mentally unstable. Don't listen to them because they've bought several different businesses, okay, and they're lacking Archangel Michael's protection, they're lacking compassion. 1919, they're lacking empathy, they're lacking remorse, their sinister plots have been exposed, they're just lacking. There's even people aged 60 to 65 involved in this because, well, if it's a community of people, judges, lawyers, solicitors, attorneys, people in all these so-called power positions thinking they can pull strings over here and this over here and all that, and then cover each other's backs and tracks and all that, but it's all getting backed up. It's all getting backed up. They know their time is up. We've got an undercover investigator. Okay, somebody's investigating this. We've got black collar crimes, theft to money laundering, child, what have you. Okay, they've got offshore overseas accounts with this stolen money. So it's like embezzlement, okay, money laundering. So many people involved because it's several different forms of a substantially large amount of money, okay. So they've been paying people here. So in local community, local hometown, local city, all these judges, lawyers, solicitors, attorneys in all these different law firms, all these law firms are going to get shut down and they're all going to be losing their jobs because they've been repping such corruption and refusing to bring justice under Archangel Michael because they wanted some money transferred over to them. So with the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Two of Pentacles, with this money laundering, they've got several different counts over here and over there, what they've been putting money into. They bought several different businesses, probably in local hometown. Okay. They don't want to lose control of this money, alright, what they've stolen. They just want to be seen as all powerful. Here's a corrupt government organisation. Okay, here's a HIT man. Here's a HIT man. So they try to swipe masculine or feminine off their feet and fully take their financial stability and independence, swipe it off them, take several forms of this money, okay, and then get on a HIT man. Even people who work within the justice system are under judgment. Because even they want you to come out of poverty. They're very unhealed, star card in reverse. And they don't want masculine or feminine to be able to heal from getting D-R-U-G-G-E-D, alright? It's going to hit the news. It's going to hit the news. They're trying to take masculine or feminine's empire and they've been laughing about it because they want to come out of poverty. False victory, a false victory. All been celebrating and laughing about taking this money, which they're passionate about, and it's come to light. They've been using a shit ton of black magic and doing everything they can, alright. Seven of Wands in reverse, not wanting masculine or feminine to stand up for themselves whatsoever because they want to be seen as all powerful. They want to be seen as powerful. They want fame, they want stardom, they want clout. For stealing, Seven of Swords in reverse, for stealing such a large amount of money between themselves and building up like business or businesses, and they don't want it to be over. You know? Yeah, they don't want it to be over because they've been really enjoying themselves. So you could probably see that because there's some posts on social media what's going to be getting used, okay, when this goes to trial, of them really enjoying themselves. I'm really enjoying myself doing this with this business from stolen money, what they've money laundered and embezzled, okay, and funnel it through here and there. I'm really enjoying myself. Well, they're paying for a shit ton of black magic, okay, candle magic, moon magic. There's unrequited love there. Someone's been caught out. They're jealous of masculine or feminine skills, and they've all collaborated together, okay, because they want to take all of this for themselves and get some sort of stardom from taking wealth what was never even theirs, and they've been laughing about it. And again, they're very passionate, very passionate, very passionate. They've been trying to pull strings. Pulling strings and trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. So they have been trying to pull strings. Okay. corrupt government, corrupt community, could be linking to maybe a church, definitely linking with this adjudication in reverse, corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors and attorneys in local area, alright, where they've all just been proper going for it. Rolls and sheets clothing. They don't want to work hard for what they've got, okay? But with posting on social media and advertising with their businesses what they bought for is stolen money. They've made out like they've worked hard for what they've got, alright? But a lot of it is from stolen money. Probably see some of these people who's been working together to steal these several forms of income, several forms of wealth, what they've been money laundering. Probably see them appearing in local like newspapers, getting some sort of stardom or fame or clout for some line of work what they've been doing, okay? But they've been using stolen money to invest in their businesses or companies which they should never even have in the first place because it's from stolen money. HIT men getting locked up. Everyone, hush hush money, and they're going to be exposed. They even fake ending certificate. So because they were so sure of themselves, they've probably done some sort of insurance job, inheritance job, and because they was also sure of themselves, with the tampering skills and the level of corruption and how many people have been on this, they probably tried to declare masculine or feminine as no longer here anymore. Which is pretty goddamn sickening. Stolen birth certificate, national insurance card, bank details, national insurance card, national insurance number. So full on rip someone's full life and destiny from them and split all this money amongst themselves. They were seeking full control over masculine or feminines, several different forms of wealth, HIT men, God knows whatever else they've been getting up to, malpractice, improper, illegal or negligent professional behaviour. So they're all getting done. All these so-called professionals, lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys, medical staff, whoever, this corrupt government organisation, all getting done for malpractice. Sending sneak attacks with spell work, okay? Sneak attack, but they're being caught out. Sneak attack because there's unrequited love there, you see. They just want all this money for themselves because they're money power hungry, greedy, arrogant, egotistical, self-absorbed, very selfish, and head rammed 28, rammed right frigging up their arses, okay? Moon magic, sneak attack, moon magic, collaborating together, pulling strings, trying to pull wool over everybody's eyeball, sneak attack. Stop and block justice spells. And they wanted fame for doing sick things. And this is actually giving me a headache. So they've done that much black magic over everybody. It's an unbelievable amount what they've been doing. And they are losing everything for what they did and what they've done and what they've been doing and what they've been continuing to do. They're losing everything. Because they're a danger and they're a risk to the general public. They're a danger to the general public. They're such a risk, okay? It's shocking. It's shocking. They I've been trying to, there's even people aged 20 to 25, there's all different ages, all different genders, okay, young, middle-aged, old, all different ages, on these attacks and on these passing GUNs around, because they've got corrupt law, lawyer, judge, solicitors, attorney, corrupt coppers in the pockets, friends, family, friends of friends, someone from school, someone they've dated or what have you. And there's all these law firms in local hometown, they're all getting shut down. Because it's severe. Absolutely severe. They've all been on like video calls with each other, discussing plots, plans, schemes, alright. Paying law firms to block justice, alright. That's why these law firms, they're losing them. So they took some sort of payment. They were all on like video calls with each other. They took a copy of masculine or feminine signature to claim assets and money. So much fraudulent activity. And over the years they've been on video calls with each other, discussing the plots, the plans, the schemes, the next plans of action. It's alright, we've got a pal here, we've got a pal there, they've been paid off and all shit like that. We'll just keep this sick cycle up and running of trying to end masculine or feminine, who they've took this substantial large amount of money from, several different forms, what they've been splitting. Blackmail, demanding money or another benefit in return of not revealing damaging or compromising info. So then, because they're getting fired for cover-ups. So because you know, everyone's just been pissing this stolen money up the wall and partying, celebrating, paying for these HIT men, paying people here to do this and paying people over there to do that. The money's been dwindling, okay, and the ones who's been getting paid off hush-hush money to turn a blind eye and what have you, they've run out of this hush-hush money because they've just blasted it, alright? They want more hush-hush money now. They want more hush-hush money. They want more hush-hush money. Because they've run out, you see. They've been going on holidays, bikes, cars, partying, celebrating. We've got infestation through witchcraft. So all they've been doing is rituals, okay, spell work, getting other people over here, anywhere they can, to do rituals and spell work. Like I said, they've been doing moon magic under different lunar cycles, candle magic. Everybody's been getting involved. They've been getting anyone from over here, anyone over there, come help us, you know, cover up this theft. Alright, let's give you a smoochy, messaging them. Help me cover up this. So they've all been cheating on everybody. Everyone in this connection, they've all been cheating. Again, all the ones who's been in these private relationships, so-called committed relationships, they've been slamming other people. It's been going on for such a long time. They've even been slamming the so-called partners, the lovers, who they're supposed to be in a committed relationship. Their pals to get LPF, look, promiscuous in reverse. So masculine or feminine's fake-ass friends and stuff could be involved. This large group, family, friends, exes, whoever is involved, because a large community is involved. Corrupt government, alright? They've just all been, because they're street rats. With these corrupt coppers, street rats. Even these corrupt coppers are a set of street rats, and they're fake. The fakes, the frauds, the phonies, they've been involved in identity theft, racketeering, money laundering and embezzlement, okay? They've all been meeting and up, partying, celebrating together, and speaking about destroying masculine or feminine, gossiping, loving it, laughing, gossiping. And now all the bank accounts are under investigation. They've been cashing cheques into their bank account of money, a large amount of money, but it's not even theirs. And all these corrupt coppers have been involved. They've been doing witchcraft rituals, throwing dark energy spell work and stuff like that. And they've been partying and celebrating with them all. With them all. Even though they've been in relationships, committed relationships, and supposed to be keeping promises to each other. They can't help but be toxic. And they're very emotionally dumb too. Emotionally dumb, but they're very good at mentally and emotionally manipulating people, which doesn't seem to make sense, but if you think about it, it does. Alright, they're emotionally dumb, but they're very good at gaslighting and at trying to block people seeing what they're up to by using black magic. Okay, to control. So basically they're all about seeking full control over everybody. Alright, so even though they've been doing all this on masculine or feminine to try and avoid judgment, they're doing it on each other. Because they're all devils in a meat suit. They're all like dark witches, dark warlocks, they're all Jezebels. It's like a Jezebel. Demonically possessed, devil worshipping family Jezebels. The lot who's gained some sort of financial stability, okay? The world in reverse, these karmics. And this is why they want to pull string here, pull string there, pull string here, pull string there. These karmics pull string here, pull string there. Over this bloody money. What they've been laughing about, they have been laughing about it. And they've been passionate. But again, it's coming to light. It's coming to light. They've bought some like business, they've got a business. So on some sort of social media, where they're like, I've got this business, I've got that business, I've got this and I've got that. Advertising for their line of work, okay? It's all been bought for with stolen money. So then the businesses are going to have to be shut down because it's through money laundering, embezzlement, okay? And trying to end the one who they've stolen from. They've been filing false reports because, well, they all seem to have similar-ish tactics. When they're robbing the life out of somebody, file false fake police reports because they've got a corrupt copper hanging out their ass, okay? Corrupt judges and all that. Warrants out, and then because local law firms are being paid hush-hush money under the table, they just think they've got everybody. Someone in this connection has bought like some sort of farmland or plot of land or businesses, business plots, okay, barn, rural area, forestry. So they bought like a plot of land, okay, plots here and there with businesses, and they'll be arrested when they least expect it, because a lot of it's been posted on their social media, and they've been boasting about it too. Because they're so arrogant and they're so egotistical, they've been boasting about what they've been stealing, okay? And everybody in this community knows about these HITs and have all just sat back, gossiping, laughing, joking. So there's like messages, alright, and anyone knows out about it, they're like, oh, we'll give you some of this money, you file a false report, laughing, joking. And then when they're running out of money, they're going back, they're blackmailing, they say, well, I know you've done this, and I know you've done that, and I know you've done this, so if you don't give me this amount of money, or you don't give me some of this, these DRUGS, then we're the grass on you, basically. they will be locked in prison for life for crimes against you and a life insurance policy. They can't cash in on, exposed and scared. This is this fake falsified ending certificate. And their children will be put up for adoption for what they did. Well, they can't carry on having child or children with them when they keep plotting and planning and scheming to take somebody else's life and full identity, okay? Somebody else's life, full identity. Oh. And launder money, perjury, lying on oath. And, well, the child or children, they deserve better than a street rat for a mother or a father, let me tell you that. They deserve better. Dirty law exposed for cover-ups. They took bribes. And we got hitman arrested and grassing for a lesser sentence. HIT man arrested, grassing for a lesser sentence. So now they're all trying to grass on each other for a lesser sentence because they all know they're going down for life. Joining to a RICO. RICO, Racketeer, Influence and Corrupt Organisation Act. So they're all grassing for a lesser sentence. Alright? And they all want revenge for what they've done wrong. Alright? So they're constantly being, or have been, or are, they're wanting revenge for what they've done wrong. And what they continue to be doing wrong. They want revenge. Because way before they got wind of this money, or got a whiff of this money, there was always like this anyways. Arrogant, egotistical, robbing the life out of people, money laundering and racketeering previous, and then they've all joined forces even more from all these different areas to do it again, and it's getting them flagged up. They will be on the news for what they did to you, documents found, okay, maybe inside of a judge's chambers, alright, lawyers, judges, solicitors, on their computers, okay, maybe masking off feminine, trying to ask for help, and then these emails just stop between masking off feminine because they've refused to help masking off feminine. Do you get what I mean? They got lost in their own illusions, mental magic backfired. So now they're losing their heads because they've done that much mental magic, that much black magic, okay, that much trying to get masking off feminine angry with these constant back-to-back rituals and moon magic day and night. Everyone's been going for it, okay, projecting hate and anger at the one who they've stolen from, which is this emotional intelligence in reverse. That's pretty dumb, innit? Is that pretty dumb? That's pretty dumb, innit? Projecting hate and anger at somebody who they've all stolen a substantially large amount of money from. That is pretty dumb. That is pretty dumb. That is pretty dumb. It really is. We've got a Masonic lodge who's being investigated and raided for serious crimes. So in this Masonic lodge, or lodges, multiple Masonic lodges, okay, what are getting raided, or are about to be raided, or have been raided, okay, there's loads. There's loads. There's just absolutely loads of evidence of their level of corruption, of doing similar things for God knows how long. There's just loads. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for, look. You see all this here in the background, all the fours there, all these like files, yeah, inside of these Masonic lodges. all of these cabinets, all of these files is full of like legal documentation, what they forged, okay, fraud, premeditated robberies, these accessories assisting, oh look, I can't even make it up. All these accessories assisting and aiding, ending somebody, forged legal documentation and change medical records, a shit ton of hexes, curses and illusions, because they meet up in secret in these lodges or here and wherever they meet up to do all these hexes and curses, okay, to try and bump masking off everything off, because they do death hexes, death curses, death rituals, PRISON, the lot, and they've got a load of all this falsified legal documentation inside of their lodges, linking to this main male who only thinks about number one. He does. Well, egotistical, selfish, arrogant, only thinks about number one. Okay, so this masculine energy has got into the Freemasons, alright? Freemasons getting raided for serious crimes. He's got into the Freemasons, alright? So maybe before he was dressed like this, alright? And then all of a sudden, he's going from this, yeah, stinky, fusty, musty, here's the rat here, street rat, stinky, musty, fusty, alright? No job and all that shit, or, you know, working bare minimum and all that, stinky, musty, fusty, to all of a sudden, we're getting involved in this corruption. Getting into a Freemason lodge. Okay. All this special treatment, because he only thinks about number one. So all of these Freemasons, all they think about is number one and what they can gain from this premeditated robbery and abusing their power position, okay, and doing a lot of illegal, corrupt activity. Dirty law exposed for cover-ups, corrupt illegal activity, getting HIT men because they've all got powers in all areas, they operate in every single area, military, the lot. So then they're probably being passing around police GUNs, yeah, or military grade weapons around the streets to try and get masculine or feminine ended to cover up. Passing it to a little bigger booze or anything like that. Oh, go on, Forrest, darling. You got, yeah, I know, it's only like 12-year-old little Johnny here, look. Pass the gun, GUN, to little Johnny here. Little Johnny's just like a fake name, okay? Pass this GUN to little Johnny here. He'll get it done. Yeah, us oldies and us adults who should know better, we don't care about little Johnny boy getting life in prison. It's only little Johnny boy, innit? Oh yeah, because he'll do out, because little Johnny boy wants some sweets from the shop and little Johnny boy wants some DRUGS, and passing a gun to little Johnny boy to do a hit and run. Because they really do not care about the impact of child or children's life, and that's why the child and the children, all of them who's participated, would be put up for adoption 48, because they really didn't care about little Johnny boy. So they've even been passing GUNs, like these military grade weapons, okay, and these police GUNs to little Johnny boy, saying, it's alright little Johnny boy, we've got your back here. But little Johnny boy has been caught on CCTV or something with this GUN, probably from law enforcement outside of town. So it just keeps getting worse and worse, linking to this bank, fraud, RICO, what's been under investigation for years. So they obviously don't want to go down. They're getting on ending spells, alright? Because, well, all these Freemasons, all they do, these Eastern Stars, all they do is back-to-back rituals, back-to-back spell work, back-to-back black magic, alright? And in this local community, Dirty landlord caught up for the crimes they've committed. So even a dirty landlord in this local community has been getting these GUNs passed around because they're corrupt as fuck and they don't care. They just want this money, what they've used to money launder through the justice system. Then we've got maybe a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus or somebody linking to this Freemason who only thinks about number one persistently, yeah, just be mean, narcissistic, controlling, possessive, money, power, hungry, head gone, passing GUN around too because they don't want to give it back. And they could be holding on to with like some sort of idea, plagiarism, some sort of stolen work, what wants to claim as their own with this copycat. And that's why they was getting a room, getting invited into these Freemason lodges, getting involved in gang stalking, get lippy, like, oh, fucking bollocks, get lippy, while they're partying around town, wanting masculine or feminine, everything they keep trying to build up, okay, to support themselves financially, gets ripped and smashed and teared down. They don't want the record to be like set straight because everything they got from robbery, theft, money laundering, racketeering, they don't want their business or their businesses or their plot of land. You know, they've been spending a lot of money on SEX workers, so they've just scurried on in to his fake ass friends when they're supposed to be in a relationship, and they just scurried on in, spent a lot of this stolen money on SEX workers and got involved in gang stalking with these coppers and SEX workers. Get lippy, we'll give you a check. And then they've been getting recorded, depositing a check into the bloody bank. I can't make it up. Wow. Honestly depressed, I'm struggling with mental health. So even the corrupt coppers, even though there's supposed to be a lot of them in committed relationships, they've been going on off with the SEX workers, okay, and even getting their SEX workers and their side pieces to get involved in gang stalking. So someone's been getting gang stalked from stolen money by a set of sex workers too. Rent boys a lot. Hookers, strippers. Someone's been getting gang stalked by every motherfucker going in local hometown. Everyone's been involved. Even the neighbours. Paid neighbours to watch you and report back to them. The neighbours always get involved in this. My neighbours, ex-neighbours, all involved in this, alright? Trying to drive you insane because they're insanely jealous, alright? Because to get to what they have, they have to start stealing a substantially large amount of money, and they've been passing money around, and they're just pure lunatics. Lunatics, and they've been on lunacy spells too, and the death magic, okay? And at this courthouse, we've got official person in reverse and mature woman who's also got hold of a life insurance policy, okay? Also been getting involved in the death magic, life insurance policy, okay? And trying to bump masculine or feminine off. And here is these fake falsified death certificates because this stupid bitch wants to claim rights and ownership over some of this wealth and take a large chunk of it and get involved in a life insurance policy, doing a shit ton of black magic, a masculine energy who's wealthy man in reverse. And this silly bins who's been beezing around to the neighbours and paying them some hush-hush money. So we've got this silly bins who's been beezing around to the neighbours, meeting the neighbours in local area, come meet me at the shops here, come meet me here, come meet me there, I'll give you some of this hush-hush money, and we're putting HIT out and masculine or feminine, and if there's child or children who they've stolen this money from too, putting HIT on child or children, because she's got corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors hanging out of her ass, she has, unfortunately. So she's got corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors hanging out of her ass. They've all unofficially took hold of this money with this silly bitch. Because she's not but a silly bitch, let me tell you that. She's not, and she's been divorced before, I'm not fucking surprised. I'm not surprised, because she only thinks about number one, alright? She's also arrogant and egotistical, alright? And her level of the criminal activity with this concern is very, very concerning, because she's only going to buy herself a nice big lush accommodation for a big chunk of money what she's got stolen, and she, oh yeah, I've been working real hard over these years. I've got all these pensions coming on in. Yes, I don't need to work here anymore. You know, all these pensions, all the fires that they've come on in. Fake ass bitch. Acting all privileged now. I've got all these pensions coming on in. I'm trotting around. But it's all from theft, look. And now she's married again. Alright. Alright, so her husband is involved. And they've got all this falsified legal documentation, all this tampering, large deposit check into accounts, and it's all coming to light about this silly bitch who's sick as fuck in her head, she is, because she's been going to pubs and shit like that and banging money into the cash machine, you know, what they're called, slot machines and all that. Round the drinks on me. Money laundering, bitch. I'll pay for all the drinks. Well, I have robbed a substantial large amount of money. It's on me, guys. Sick as fuck. Because she's got hidden life insurance policy inside of her home. So it could be on masculine or feminine. And then obviously if there's child or children involved, life insurance policy on the child or children. So we've got a whistleblower exposing it all. Scare tactics, carefully planned. They're going to have to pay everything back and compensation, because what they've done is off the walls. Let me tell you that. It's off the bloody walls. Child teenage ender. So they wanted to end child or children, which is fucking disgusting. Which is just disgusting. Which is just absolutely disgusting. They've been cyber stalking and hacking, masculine or feminine, gaslighting everyone around them all the time. Don't listen to nutter. Come on, neighbours, you'll get nutter, mixing up their own drugs with lethal chemicals within them. So come on, we'll give you this big bag of drugs, and they're bumping people off left, right and centre. Insurance jobs on them too. So they've been going mad. Alright? And they've also been involved, not just crying wolf and filing false reports, but if anyone seems like they might be or maybe speaking out because they're hacking multiple people's accounts. Alright? So even the neighbours who's been like, let me join in, yeah, I'll report back to you. Even the neighbours' accounts have been hacked into. We got arrested at work, public humiliation. And they've all united against one person. And quite possibly child or children. It's a criminal conspiracy linking to a family feud where family have just gone mad as hell for money what's not theirs because they're money, power hungry, they're greedy. Okay, and they think the world owes them a favour, and they think they deserve this money what's not even theirs. So they've all just been hanging out of each other's asses, and then they wanted masculine or feminine. Ended. They'd done this before, okay, they've done this before because they've got corrupt coppers, lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys, right? And then we've got evil hospital staff paid to P-R-I-S-O-N, masculine or feminine, and they wanted clout for it. So the hospital wants clout for what they've been doing. Okay. The hospital, they've ended child or children before. Let me tell you that. The corrupt law, they ended foster care child or children before. Let me tell you that. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. And they don't want masculine or feminine to be able to stand trial. But it's going to trial anyways. They're getting arrested or going to Monster Mansion prison with these HITs. Archangel Michael stopped them. Thank God for Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael is collaborating to defend and protect masculine or feminine. And obviously there's child or children caught up in this, trying to defend and protect, because there's all these people in these so-called power positions, lawyer, judges, solicitors, attorneys, coppers, okay, who are supposed to work to defend and protect, and they don't. All they do is work to defend and protect each other, okay, and get involved in severe corruption, rob the life out of people, bump them off, and there's all this evidence and proof inside of the bloody lodge. There we go, silencing witnesses, paid off. I'm trying to silence everybody, give everybody hush-hush money, because they don't want to go Monster Mansion. They really don't. Sold a house or a home, or bought a house or a home that wasn't theirs to sell, stolen, or wasn't theirs to buy with stolen money. There we go. Judge hiding documents in Masonic Lodge raided. And then they've been ordering a HIT man because they think they could just rob the life out of people and put hits out on anybody they want. Okay. Corrupt doctor and nurses paid to P-R-I-S-O-N. There's no honour amongst thieves, so these doctors, nurses, psychiatrists have stolen off a lot of people over the years and bumped them off. And they're all under investigation for major crimes. And the law in local area, they knew and did nothing, exposed and losing everything. They was protecting each other because that's what they'd been doing, giving each other illegal protection. Families joined forces. Now they're all getting locked up in prison, lost all they have stolen or are about to lose it, and had to pay everything back, and compensation for what they've been doing. These pure lunatics who want to go on the run. Good law officials all over their sorry asses fight Armageddon. So a lot of spiritual warfare. Fight between good and evil. So then these good law officials are having to fight against these bad law officials. You know what I mean? Like, good law officials are having to fight against all these bad law officials. Alright, and they're absolutely everywhere. Alright, and they get away with so much over the years. But Archangel Michael is exposing them. Oh, it's still so bloody much. And a practitioner is sick from spell work backfiring, because this is all these type of people do, you know. This is all they like to do. Is just because they're addicted to it. And these like Masonic rituals, what they've been doing for God knows how long, ever since they bloody started, decades and centuries and all that occur. So they're using very old, ancient, forbidden magic. Very old, very ancient, forbidden magic, which should not be getting used on anybody, anywhere. should not be getting used on anybody, anywhere. But because they work within the government, okay, and have this so-called power position, they think they could do what the fuck they fucking like. Then what they want to do with the Ten of Wands in reverse is set people up for crimes they've not committed. Alright? And all this evidence of these other crimes, what they've all been committing inside of these lodges, with all like this paperwork and stuff like that, creating fake evidence and banging that on the crime scene to block what they've been doing coming to light. And they love to create fake crime scenes and fake evidence and set people up for crimes they've not committed. They do. They have no divine protection, no divine connection. That's the truth. Work in the spirit of stagnation, so they, in this local courthouse, law firms, all they do is stagnate trials and stagnate justice, stop and block justice, obstruction, all that obstruction, so they stagnate it deliberately because they don't want to go to prison, these corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors and attorneys. So obstruction. They are linking together, okay, so they are all linking to other cold cases, cases being solved. Even this HIT man, HIT woman, these multiple ones, they're all linking together, solving cold cases. Because they've done this before. Many times. Because they're a corporal, lawyer, judge, solicitor, Marine, Army, Navy, yada yada. You know, somebody had, say, £1 million because they've worked hard and what have you and they've done everything they can to build this business up. And then all of a sudden, a millionaire's been PRISON'd by one of the pals, put something in a drink. I'll come round for a drink. Yeah, and plop something in the drink and then they've just passed away and they're like, oh, well, we've got someone who works in a corrupt funeral home. They'll say, you know, pass to this and pass to that. So corrupt. Yeah, it's a severely corrupted hometown, community, country, state. So they're working with a corrupt funeral home too. I mean, well, if it's like, there's so much I could go on for ages because it's severely corrupt. Karmic hometown, soulless community deals with the devil. And they've got many victims, okay? And you will see them with like reviews for their companies, the businesses, the lawyers, the judges, solicitors, attorneys. These solicitors and these lawyers, they'll have like 5-star reviews. But all they do is play games. And these judges, they'll be like one of like hometown's top judges who's got like a recognition or in local news saying, oh, this judge has done this, yada, yada, yada. 5-star, one of our best judges. But all they do is play 6 sinister games. And they're getting 5-star, 4-star reviews and they're labelled as top judges, top this, top that, known nationally. And the great and this, that and the other. So some people have been getting some sort of like national awards and national recognition. Hidden court proceedings, you know nothing about, arrests have been made. So they've got some sort of national recognition. And they've only got so much like success under their belt, fake, false success, from robbing and stealing from everybody else because they've got many, many victims. It's just so stressing me out. So many victims, but because obviously if it's linking to Freemasons, judges, lawyers, solicitors, attorneys, they've got pals up and down the country, alright, around the bloody world. They could even get somebody from a different country who's joining to the Freemasons, somebody from abroad to do this HIT and run, alright, to help their corrupt Freemason pals from abroad, and then quickly flight ticket back on home. Because it's all been expenses paid with this stolen money. So even getting one of the corrupt Freemason pals from abroad to help them out from abroad. Somebody's investigating HIT, man. Yeah. So even like these Masonic lodges abroad, say this is going on in like New Zealand or something like that, they'll get somebody from like France coming over, you know, from France. We've just robbed all this money, yada yada yada, we're going to money launder this, you know, you can have a chunk of this over there, and you can have a chunk of this, government payout, you can have a chunk of this over here, you can have a chunk of this over there, we'll get your flight tickets, we'll put you up in a local hotel, alright, we've already got a GUN over here for you, with the corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys, corrupt coppers, corrupt military, alright, so all you have to do is pack your bag, alright, we've got you a bike here, we've got you a car, we've got you a getaway bike, we've got you a getaway car, get your job done, and we'll fly you back on out, no one will ever know you've ever been, and we'll not leave a scrap of evidence of you. Yet we'll blame this masculine or feminine here, who we've stolen from, and we'll get them locked up for it. You see the key there? We'll get them locked up for it. Alright. And they're just like, yeah, alright then. Alright, we'll come over here. And now they want to go on a run. We'll come from, oh look, 11th house. Friendships, social networks, okay, aspirations, dreams, hopes, future goals. Social networks. So they'll do this over the computers, the devices, laptops, phones. Freemason in a different country, come over here, get the job done. My God. Made me jump. Jail calls being recorded. So somebody in this connection's been locked up either in local hometown, somewhere up and down the country, or abroad. They're going to have to face full accountability for their crimes. And they think masculine or feminine is talking too much, exposing too much. They've robbed the wrong person. They've robbed the wrong person. So they paid to have masculine or feminine stalked. Wanting to ruin our masculine or feminine's connections, friends, family, lovers. Getting involved in kidnapping, false imprisonment, yeah. We'll just get them locked up, we'll set them up, incitement and stuff like that. Sling them around, alright, try and bump them off, and if they try and stand up for themselves, then we are locking them up in prison to stagnate. Bringing justice, which is what I've already said. Which is just mad. So like stagnating, deliberately, pushing cases back, alright, wanting to kidnap masculine or feminine, wrongfully bang them in prison. Obstruction. Obstructing the court of justice. Obstructing the court of justice. And not when it's come to light that this is how some of these people have got their businesses. And again, they want some sort of stardom, they want some sort of clout, so there's like a feminine energy who's got some sort of independent business from the back of a lot of this stolen money, posing to be a great mother, 5 of cups about to lose everything, them and their partner, 4 of wands in reverse, ruthless hometown, shit and a bad karma, we're seeing through all this fucking manipulation, they're losing the job. They was just romanticising and fantasising with each other. Playing the bloody victim. Playing a victim after making masculine or feminine a victim countless times. Business deal gone wrong, exposed. So somebody in this connection who's going to be named and shamed publicly because they wanted some sort of public recognition. Somebody in this connection posing to be a really good mother figure and a great role model and got this business what's looking to be all successful to other people, 5-star bloody reviews and all that, when they've been doing a lot of illegal activity. So a mother and daughter or a mother and son is involved. They're all attacking each other, blackmailing each other, grasping to get lesser sentence. And they've got bank accounts offshore overseas with stolen money and of masculine or feminines. It's going to be a major lawsuit. They tried to get involved in ending child or children to cover up. Absolutely fucking disgusting. But Archangel Michael stopped them. Again, thank God for Archangel Michael. Just thank God for Archangel Michael. Honestly, it's making me feel sick. They're twisting everything to try and lie and control the narrative as they always bloody do. But it's making me feel sick. It's making me feel sick. So, somebody in this connection has ended a child or a teenager before. And it was organised online by this dysfunctional family because they wanted to put an ending to whoever masculine or feminine loved and drain them of everything, what they've worked hard for, the money, the wealth, okay? Make sure child or children can't have any of this money or this wealth, what they should inherit, because they're doing insurance jobs on child or children, these fucking cowards. Online. Oh, scum everywhere, because this is just scrambling my brain and it's stressing me out. Oh, look. Because they've done it before. Because they want what the child or children is supposed to inherit. And they're just committed to having their own financial stability, which is just so worrying. All getting locked up. There could be Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, who's a Jezebel dark witch, who invested in this, doing a shit to the spell work, and they're going to get locked up. Yeah, they're going to get locked up. Also, because there's messages online getting backed up and traced back. They're lacking that spiritual connection, divine protection from Archangel Michael, because their level of corruption runs deep, and even Archangel Michael wants justice. Even Archangel Michael wants this exposed. They tried to sacrifice a star seed, a healer, okay? They tried to sacrifice a star. Alright, there's bags and 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 bags of evidence on how they spoke about making masculine or feminine and their child a victim, okay, countless times. And this is why it's hitting the news, alright? the messages, these cowards, they've been messaging each other on how this may be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who wants to take control of like some sort of youth by battling against even the youth and trying to end the youth for their wealth. So I wanted to take hold of masculine or feminine's wealth, okay, then battling in against the child or children to take their wealth too, because this dysfunctional family has been involved in it before. Anyone who masculine or feminine love, they want to take like these gifts, even the child or children. So it's not even just about physical gifts, skills or talent. This is linked to an ex, this. And their family, they took this money. They're an absolute nightmare. They're an absolute nightmare, okay? So this could even be a corrupt copper or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius who wanted to take hold of the child or children, all right? And always wants to battle, bring drama and end child or children for money, okay? Corrupt lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney has helped them. Loads of people in the local community has helped them, and they've been getting some money, alright, whether they've been caught in or dating and sticking tongues up whoever's fucking ass, and now lawyers, judges, solicitors, attorneys and coppers, every single one of them are losing their fucking job and getting locked up. Because the child or children's lives have been in fucking danger, and the whole town's been involved. So basically, the whole community is going down for premeditated murder on child or children, and the government's going to get sued. The government's going to get sued to fuck. Oh my lord. They're just going to get sued to fuck. So in this connection, they've got involved in kidnapping child or children, alright, and plotting to end child or children, alright, laughing about it. These wolves in sheep's clothing. And they think, oh, they want to avoid judgment. We've got a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius involved, who also wants to avoid judgment for their level of criminal activity, okay, and they're losing the job because they've got unrequited love to bring justice or whatever it is where they hold this so-called power position. And we've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, anyone who's been helping this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, they're also losing their job. Because they brought a lot of chaos trauma, okay, trying to take somebody else's empire, and a gang, a group of them, have been caught trying to end child or children or the innocent, because that's what they invested in. Ending multiple women, okay, 5 of Cups. Ending multiple child or children who should be studying, okay. Constantly playing games. Just absolutely disgusting. Just disgusting. We've got a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus, them and their partner or partners in crime with a substantially large amount of money, coward, putting HITs out on children, that's the truth, online. And the justice system, somebody, good law officials, there's so much evidence on this, just online, the justice system, the good ones, there's bags and bags and bags and bags of evidence to lock these sick fucks up, but they start in reverse, who they're going to be infamous for what they've done. It's just making me feel sick. It's making me feel sick. It's really making me feel sick. Could be an Aries involved, who's also going to be infamous. Loves to play sinister games, got involved in kidnapping and all that. In local hometown. Wants to be seen as a star, like an Aries, alright. Posting pictures online, which are going to be used when they go to court. Posting pictures online, and then it's going to be presented to a proper judge Well, here's a picture of masculine or feminine getting involved in this level of criminal activity, posting and posing on social media, smiling, hair flipped to the side, hand on waist, getting all like provocative on social media, and they've not give a damn about their level of sinister criminal activity. No compassion, no empathy, and no remorse whatsoever. Are creating so much despair and playing mental health games, masculine or feminine. They need to be on some sort of medication. So even these corrupt nurses, they've got poverty. They're losing the jobs, the nurses, the doctors, okay, who's being paid to pick up masculine or feminine. They're going to prison. They're going to get struck off, the badges, the lanyards, everything. These corrupt judges, the wigs, they're getting snatched. These neighbours, okay, who's been involved, just sat back watching, all right, working with them. They're losing everything. Everything. There's a full community of people who's losing absolutely everything. A full community getting locked up. For their 6 sinister games, a full community. Full community getting locked up. Surrounding this theft and linking to multiple other thefts before. So probably in this local hometown, the theft rate is sky high. And cases have never been solved as to who's done it, okay? Because it's been this group what keep grouping together, and then somebody else gets involved, and then it's like connecting a large theft, money laundering, RICO, okay, embezzling and bumping people off through giving them some DIUGS or putting something in the drink, because it's just so long. It's so long. It's just so long. And it's stressing me out as well. It's so long, it's stressing me out. My foot's just clicked. Because they've all got similarish tactics. They rob from somebody, they go to a local corrupt law firm, okay? Perjury, lying on earth, puppy dog eyes, they act like they've never done anything of the sort. Facing these corrupt judges, I know they're innocent. They get away, they bump people off to cover up because they want all this money to themselves. So somebody's ended child or children before. Okay, here's a source, that's the fucking truth. To stop them from going to prison so they can carry on sneaking around. Okay, so even kids who go to school, and it's hitting the news that they've even been playing games, and we got page of with child or children. It runs deep with these cowards. Who love to message masculine or feminine online, okay, because they're demonically possessed, they're very mentally unstable. So a lot of these people involved, they've been messaging the kids who they've been trying to end online. Are you alright? And they're just playing fucking games online because they're plotting and planning and ending a brutal ending of child of frigging children. This dysfunctional family and families all joined together, look. 4 of one's in reverse, Rufus hometown. 6 of cups, child or children, and 2 of cups. Even nonsense. So they've even teamed up with child predators, child enders, and they're all being best friends of each other. So they're teamed up with child predators, child enders. So probably people in the schools are involved also. Oh God, it's making me feel sick. Oh God, it's making me feel real sick. It's just making me feel real sick. And more is recruiting, these pure lunatics are recruiting more and more haters into like a group chat or into this gang. But a lot of these haters are child enders because they've ended child before child, RAPS, nonsense, serial killers. So they've all, this full town has just joined forces with serial killers, serial child enders, nonsense, for some money under the fucking table, and now they're all going down. You will be contacted, surrounded a case by undercovers. So they're recruiting more into like a group chat or to meet up with them, a father and daughter or a father and son who get involved with child abduction, grooming, blackmail, brainwashing, black magic, MK Ultra for money and child. So they just started joining forces to take a substantial large amount of money, splitting it amongst themselves. So they've gone and got themselves in a massive major pedo ring too. And anyone who speaks out about it, you're a nutter, you are. Of course you are. Of course they will. Because they want to avoid judgment and do a shit ton of black magic because they know they're guilty and they're trying to block it. And they've not been listening to the intuition. Oh my lord. They're trying to block it. So much heartbreak, pain, sadness, grief, all organised online, but they want to stop coming to light because it's all organised online. So again, they've been working day, night, look, child abuse, maybe a crook copper, or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or a crook judge. Absolute nightmare, could be a Libra. Who loves to play games online. It's just absolutely disgusting. And getting on these HIT men with an Aquarius and a dark Pisces, a dark Aquarius to block judgment. So it just keeps going. Nightmare. Get masculine or feminine angry. Drain them of all their energy. Take the child or children and invest in bringing an ending to several or more child or children who they're battling with all these wolves in sheep's clothing, because they want to take the youth's innocence and take the youth's wealth and all. Oh, they do a shit ton of black magic. It's just shocking. It's absolutely shocking. It's just shocking how a community of people will team up with a set of child predators. And now they're going to be known around the world for being a set of child predators around the world. This whole town. Like a 90% of this hometown is going to be known around the world for being a set of child predators. And getting involved in child abduction and child trafficking. And there's just going to be known for it. And even relatives coming from out of town involved in a premeditated ending. They're getting locked up. So from out of town, RAF, Navy, Army, Marines. And they've got obviously corrupt. Courthouse busted. And they are pure selfish, egotistical, greedy, arrogant. Level of arrogance is through the roof. The level of arrogance is through the roof. Criminal conspiracy. Wanted to take everything masculine or feminine had and punish masculine or feminine they had for no good reason because of the pals with this social networks and the friends what they had over here and all that, all the deranged and strange friends. Tricking children, any child or children, to help them, giving a frigging GUN to little Johnny boy. And saying, get this job done for us, little Johnny boy. We'll let you get away with it. And no. Control issues, yet they can't even control themselves. It's a long reading this. So they want to control this money, yet they can't even control themselves, their own urges, okay? Their own spending sprees with stolen money. Posting on social media what they've been buying, this stolen money, alright? Corrupt law, getting sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and they will lose their law firm for the level of corruption. It's like I said. So, it's just absolutely shocking. Community mocks you for speaking the truth, because that's what they do. They mock the people who speak the truth, okay, and call them nutty barbar like they've been doing to me throughout fully. Nutter, even bloody shelf stacker at shop last year and that. Walking past, nutter, and stuff like that, because she's involved in child abduction. She's involved in a clothing. And she thinks she should just trot around the estate and everyone, you know, thinks she's great. Thinks she's a lovely woman. And she'd never do anything of the sort but a shit ton of spell work. Yeah, look, infestation through witchcraft, that's all they do. That's all they do. Baby daddy, baby mama's family involved, that could be masking off feminines, alright. Or masking off feminine's ex who's gone and had child or children with somebody else. Take what resonates, because there's that many people involved, because it's a full community. It was all struggling with pure greed, mammon, wealth. And they always want more. That's why they're trying to get more kids kidnapped and false imprisoned, masculine or feminine false support, and they're just going sick. They're going sick. They're going sick as fuck. Snatching kids left, right and centre. Trafficking them using corrupt social services. Alright. Saying, oh, mummy and daddy mental health and all that, when they've been poisoning them, doing mental magic and all that shit. Oh my lordy, it's just, it really, look, ritualistic abuse, cult ties, coven ties, dark witches, dark warlocks. Town full of them, dark witches, dark warlocks, always recruiting more to do these rituals, and now they've all turned into a set of pedos, child enders, and now they've all got beat out a D on their hand, and some of them, they really don't care. They will still show their faces when masculine or feminine pops to the shops, knowing full well what they've been doing, what they've been plotting, what they've been planning, what they've been scheming, what they've been taking money under the table, and then even say, oh look, come on, we'll pop to shop, they're going to shop now, we'll just pop on out at them. Come on, we'll get you all that are leaving now. Get fucking Jenny and Johnny's friggin' shoes on. You just get your walking stick, alright, you just get your shawl on, alright, and they'll all start popping out at local shops or something like that. Knowing full well what they've been getting involved in. So all these bums, come on, get your shoes on. Get your shoes on, you get your shawl on, get your hat on, alright. Yeah, take your friggin' oar up, take your scooter, take your bike from this stolen money, because we're a set of bums. And they all just pop the frig on out. Even relatives from out of town now, look, they're on foot now, neighbours give us a message, they've set off, we better just bees down there now. And get someone to, nutty you are, you're an absolute nutter, how dare you speaking, you nutter, yeah, and they think it's funny. Oh yeah, we've just spotted masking off feminine here, dressed up in clothes bought for with stolen money, not even giving a damn, look, wealthy man in reverse, Oh my lord. It's just shocking how far this goes, how deep it actually goes. And they claim to have depression. They're demonically possessed, okay? But they're struggling with mental health and they keep trying to sacrifice masculine or feminine to devils and demons. And constantly working around the clock with these rituals because they don't want to give this money back. Could be corrupt copper, alright? Or Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could be multiple corrupt coppers or Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. A masculine and a feminine. Because they don't want to give it back. So they've turned into pedos. Look, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Could be a Gemini involved. So they've all turned into pedos and child traffickers. Okay. False reporting. Child abduction. And even the corrupt officials who's been protecting and defending them, they're going down. And a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio going down. A dark Pisces or a dark High Priestess going down is trying to block judgment from doing some really strong spell work and trying to end child or children to stop them from fucking testifying shit ton of malicious gossip to avoid judgment and get the masculine or feminine angry. Because they want to feel like they're real strong or something, but they're very mentally retarded, alright? And they've always been out of control. Maybe this Gemini's always been mentally retarded, mentally unstable and out of control. So they've just joined forces with a mentally retarded, and mentally unstable and always out of control. And they don't want to give it back. They're passionate about not giving it back. So again, pictured on social media, level of corruption, it runs deep for these cowards. They're in for a rude awakening. The level of corruption runs deep for these cowards. And that's why they're all going to be in the goddamn news. Child abuse. And they want to end the victims persistently to avoid going to fucking prison. So somebody's done something in this connection to a child previous and ended them to stop them from testifying or speaking out for these corrupt law officials. Oh my God. These messages to neighbours, emails, text messages, yeah, surrounding this theft and them helping. All that's coming to light. All that's coming to light and they're going to prison. All these neighbours going to prison. Sick fucks, let me tell you that, who's been working together to pull this off with this silly bitch. She's going to get sentenced to life. She is. She's going to get sentenced life imprisonment. This could be this family member from outside of town. She's going to get sentenced to life in prison. She's going to get sentenced to life in fucking prison. And for somebody of like this age to be getting involved in such low vibrational shit, mental capacity of a 2-year-old spoiled little brat, and always been off a red since about the age of 2. Yeah. Off a red since about the age of 2, and she's been collaborating to get someone child abused because she's a dirty little nonce. So she's a dirty little nonce. She's a dirty little nonce, she is. And she's going to prison for life. But she's a dirty little nonce, she is. Some fantasies about corruption and injustice. And trying to plant evidence, false reporting on someone else because she's a dirty little nonce and involved in child trafficking with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and they're all getting locked up for life for some sort of child abuse and not wanting several different child or children to stand up for themselves, so they try and bump them off. And they're all going to prison. Because there's even messages surrounding them messaging child or children. 9 of Wands in reverse. Let your guard that would love you. We care about you. Let us back in. Come, we love you, we love you, we love you. Us now pals and all that. Of course we do. We care about you, we love you. Oh, we care about you, but look, we love you. We care about you. They fucking don't. They do not at all. So them and all their friends. Because these friends, they love to end people. And they've got away with it for fucking God knows how long. 19 years, 20 odd years, like decades they got away with this type of very severe, illegal, criminal activity. And because they had a pal here and a pal there and a pal here and a pal there, and they was doing shit ton of black magic, they was getting away with it. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Because, well, that's what a lot of these military want to call themselves, don't they? Wolves in sheep's clothing. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Who get angry. It's like a father figure, okay? Childish, angry, childish, mentally unstable, angry, childish, mentally unstable, taking innocence, inheritance jobs, insurance jobs, a lot organised online. Anyone who doesn't want to bow down and be controlled and submit, they say, oh look, they're a nutty barbar and they're losing control with like corrupt lawyer, judge, solicitor, attorney, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius for this money. Which they're going to lose. Because there's stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of evidence on these enemies and how they want to avoid judgment, these father figures, these mother figures. How dare you walk away from us? You're nutter, aren't you? How dare you? You're a nutter, you are. Walk away from us. Mentally unstable, persistent, say masculine or feminine, mentally unstable. And they're going to get found guilty for IIED, mental abuse, psychological warfare, the lot. The lot. There's so much, like, I can't even believe that this has gone on for like nearly 2 hours, but it's because like, and it's going to hit the news, it's because there's that many people involved, all playing the part for the love of stolen money and wanted to kidnap child or children in order to have them like held at some sort of ransom, which is making me feel sick. It's just sickening. It's really sickening. And then using some of this stolen wealth to stalk the one who they've stolen from, and even child or children, so they're just out there stalking children and paying for it. Oh, this is where they live. Yeah, you go roam outside there, out like a message here. To the neighbours as well. Yeah, I was coming down your street now. Look out your window, you'll see us just beezing past, not messaging them. You'll see us just beezing past. What you thinking? We'll give you some money and all that shit. What the fuck? It's disgusting. Go on, we're outside now. That's it, you pop outside the window, you have a look, you're gonna get found fucking guilty. Proper, demonically possessed, very, 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 very mentally unstable. Life in prison. Try to take a child or a children's life. And trying to like study on how they don't lose control of this money or the child or children who they've kidnapped. And there's like some sort of a good judge who's going to have them all locked up for life. For life. For fucking life. It's just disgusting. How many people's involved? It's absolutely disgusting. They're going to be known around the world. again for getting sentenced to life in prison and being childish, very severely childish, very mentally retarded, okay. Well, look at the grey hair. Never mentally matured, never been mentally stable ever, always been demonically possessed, always been mentally unstable, psychopath, serial ender. A psychopath, serial ender on the loose for all these years. And doing childish things to try and stop them from being judged, but they're getting judged anyways, they're under judgment. Black magic on child or children, the youth, life, guilty. Just, that's it, I'm going to leave it there. Life in prison, them, their friends, who are real angry. At child or children are angry at the innocent, or angry at the one they've stolen from. Angry at the child or children because why should they have this, we want it and all that. Because they're being fucking childish. It's not theirs, it never was theirs. Because there's that head gone, so much friggin', it's just shocking. Absolutely shocking. And wants to earn masculine or feminine, and quite possibly child or children because they're freaks. Cult or curving ties. Just disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. It's just disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. And they do degrading rituals and humiliation rituals because they want clout. Look at what we're doing. With all this stolen money, we're doing degrading rituals, humiliation rituals, the lot. Come on everyone, join in. Give you some of this stolen money under the table. We want to believe we're strong. We're bringing trauma, chaos, all that. I wanted to offload karmic debt onto somebody else, which is setting somebody up for crimes they've not committed. With a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. Maybe an ex. Just weird. Just weird. Just absolutely fucking disgusting. And it's pissing me off. And when they're locked up, they're going to think that they're fucking depressed because they can't get an trafficking victim in there. They're not going to be able to get an trafficking victim in there, are they? Such a long reading, so much like stress, so many victims, so many people involved. I think it's funny. It's just disgusting.